Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Through the Scope, the podcast where we take a look at the best and sometimes the more random news and CS matches the pro scene has to offer. With me, as always, is Cake, aka Thomas, aka Wage the
Yo,
British Kid.
what's up? I have so many names, I've lost track.
Yep. But we also have a special guest today. They were one of the people in the Dreamhack Showdown talent lineup. A good friend of mine, Vearless.
Hello, guys. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Cake?
You know what? I'm hanging my head in shame at how good the mic quality is right now
Yeah?
What?
for V.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I did, of
Just like-
course, invest in my mic when I was
Yeah.
getting more and more into casting. So,
Makes
I-
sense.
whereas I
Get a
used
better
to
mic.
just do it with a headset, yeah, that's trash.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since you first played CS together, V.
Yes, it's insane how time flies, man.
Yeah.
How long has it been for us? I don't even know. Like I remember we met on a random Inferno match and you were
Yeah.
on the opposite team.
Yeah, with Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, with Bill. Yeah, I know Bill too. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like a trip down memory lane, kind of.
Yeah. So let's get into
We
some
don't
of the
talk
news
about
then.
Bill.
Yeah, he actually just ghosted me like a bit ago, so you know, a little bit offended. But so the news, we'll start off with Liquid and Nitro stepping down. In comes Grim.
Yeah.
So I got some stats here. So in the last 3 months, Nitro had a 0.94 rating. Grim has had a 1.31 this year.
Damn.
In the CS Summit 6 qualifiers, Triumph lost to MIBR. Grim had a 1.56 rating.
Oh my god. Yeah.
On Dust 2, he got a 2.18.
Yeah, he is good. He's a good player, and I can see why they pick him up. You know, he's a young talent at the moment. A lot of people. He's a little bit like he's like an underrated player. Not a lot of people think that oh he has what it takes to play like in a tier 1 team. But I can see the potential in him. I'm just curious because of course Nitro was the IGL. I'm just curious how they're gonna be looking into that. Who will be taking that over? If it will, I don't think Grim is in an IGL. So
No, he
someone
isn't.
most likely. People are talking about. I think it was Stewie.
Yeah,
They
I've heard
would
about
like to
Stewie doing
go
it.
IGL, but I have a feeling that will like take away his potential as an opper slash rifler. I'm like, I am interested. I'm just curious to see how that will affect his plays.
I'm just looking. The oldest bender on Team Liquid is 23.
Ooh.
Damn,
Wow, that's a pretty
yeah,
young
that is
lineup.
young. Yeah,
And Grim's
Good
19.
of course. Yeah.
Considering Simple is like what, 24 now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
God, time flies. When was the last time Simple was like 20?
Yeah, I mean young lineup, but of course majority of them have so much experience now. I mean Stewie started young.
Yeah.
I look where he is right now. Still strong. It just I wish to see a little bit more from Liquid, and I hope that with Grim now that they can make that happen. I mean I have a jersey of Liquid from last year's Cologne. You know the fuck oh shit no I should stop swearing. No.
Don't worry, we don't care about that here.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. No, I forgot the Intel Grand Slam. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was very hyped, and I thought let's go Liquid era. I'd love to see some NA teams like really bring back the quality Counter Strike. And last like since the beginning of this year, I've been a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a little bit surprising at the moment with the rankings anyway, because of the online scene, where Big is currently ranked #1 in the world.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
okay.
Big was also at one point. It's like things are different and really odd now. Alright, Big is currently still number one. Yeah, Big
Yeah.
and Fatality's up there. I mean,
Yeah. Third
Fatality is
place
not a
is
big
EG.
surprise, but yes, and I'm still not a big fan of EG.
Smoothie made the wrong move then. He either needs to go back to Big or go over to Overwatch. Oh, sorry, not
Yeah,
Overwatch, Valorant.
I'm
Valorant.
not sure what's
CSGO
going on with
Overwatch.
Smooya because it seems like no team wants to pick him up.
Well,
And of course, I mean, the things that we've been hearing in the community is it's mainly not because he's a bad player, but more or less personality-wise, it clashes sometimes within teams.
People
Because
just
of
don't
course,
understand the British culture.
yeah. Well, I think he would have found a good place in chaos if the global pandemic hadn't have happened.
yeah, that
Yeah,
sucked for him though. That was really unfortunate timing.
Yeah. There is another bit of news from Team Liquid, by the way.
Huh?
Big Pepito, Pasha Biceps, has joined as a streamer.
Yes. That's exciting. I saw the wait, let me look up that headline cuz I was like, what the?
Yeah,
That was like the like Pasha Bice okay, well, first was they changed it though, but first up it was Pasha Biceps joins Team Liquid. And I was like, what? What? And now they changed it to as a streamer because everyone was like getting debated.
I mean, I think
But
they
that's
should have just
good.
kept it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, oh my god, is this happening? And then I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes
which
more
tournament
sense.
when he like brought the trophy out and he was like literally crying?
Oh, wasn't that Katowice?
Probably
Yeah, I
was
think it was. Yeah,
Katowice.
yeah, that was the one where NaVi won. Yeah, Katowice
Yeah.
of this
I
was it
mean, that broke my
last year?
heart, man, because he's such an icon and he is such a like example for people in the industry. Um, and he has such a good heart. He's amazing.
I mean, when people comment, negatively when you say you're interested in gaming, you can just show them a picture of Pasha.
Yeah,
Mm.
or well, like a lot of NA players as well. Like Twist is in good shape, Nitro as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the video they put out for like announcing Pasha was great. Where it was like a WhatsApp chat group between all the players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And it's just Pasha like sending a video message, just wishing the team luck and tell them to focus on the skill. That's something I didn't realize is Pasha was actually part of the AGO trials.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, AGO is a Polish team, I believe, so that would make sense. I know he's been like guiding and coaching some like smaller teams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I until I read the article.
When was that?
I don't know. Because he left VP early 2019. So when did AGO merge with XCOM?
Oh, that's like long ago.
Yeah.
That's like
Was that last year or was it 2018?
That's like I don't know if it. I mean, I casted like their games when they were under the XCOM name, and that was like back in August last year or so, maybe September. So it must have been before that. So it's at least a year ago.
Well, the whole big thing of when they were doing like all the trials and they were trialing like 15 different players was because the two organizations merged, so they were trying to sort like out of the 10 players, and then they were looking at other players as well.
Mm.
And then like all of one of the rosters left.
Yeah, those teams, and I'm like, I want those teams to succeed so bad and like come up and stuff like Illuminar as well. I mean, wait, someone got picked up from Illuminar, right? Or ex-player of Illuminar. Shit, who was it?
Yes. Innocent.
Frick. Yeah, I like that he got picked up. He's a good player. Again, I just I like seeing people climb up the ladder and succeed and pursue their dreams. So makes
Yeah.
me happy.
I mean, mentioning Innocent does kind of link on into the next team, sort of. Because the next team is another sleeping giant in Astralis. With roster bingo once again.
Yeah. Still, some changes are. I mean, of course, we don't know everything, so it's hard for us outsiders to like judge. But also,
It's
like,
like they're going for the world record of like most roster changes in a single month.
yeah. I mean, they had Jugi in, but he wasn't on trial. Was actually part of the team, but they still
Yeah.
managed to kick him like within a month or so.
Yeah.
It was he
It-
joined
was weird.
January, I think, and he's been released.
Wait, that early? Wait,
Yeah,
it felt like it was so much shorter. What the hell?
he was on the roster for like 5 months.
Huh?
That's just lockdown for you. It's
No
making
way.
time.
Yeah.
Just...
Wait, when did Glaive and stuff step down? I can probably look this up. Give me a sec, because I'm confused of the timeline now. Here we go. Wait. Whoop. So in May, Glaive and Zipnik stepped down. Then Snappy came in temporarily. No, Jugi was signed May 11th. What the hell are you on about?
Someone was signed in January. Okay.
Someone was signed in January. It doesn't say so. No, it doesn't say. No, they had the same lineup. It kind of all happened. They signed Jugi first, and then Glaive stepped down. Also, Zipik started down, and they signed Snappy. But it was kind of more temporary thing. Yeah, and then they said bye bye to Snappy because he was going to Contact. Also, Contact feels like it's dead at the moment. Like it was like, oh, we're gonna build this roster and it's gonna be amazing, and like now it's just like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
they've plateaued quite badly.
Yeah. It's like there's no news. I'm just lost as what they're currently doing right now. And yeah. And I mean, I'm excited for ESEA though. I loved ESEA in Heroic. I've been a big Heroic fan since, especially Dreamhack Rotterdam last year. That was amazing. Yeah, it's this big Danish roster shuffle.
Yeah. So Yuki's been having like a 0.9 average rating. His replacement, Bubsky, he's currently on 1.13 average rating.
Yeah, I mean it's fair if you look at the numbers and if their performances. Bubsky he's a good player. And like, I mean, I was already a little bit surprised with Jugi. I mean, not to say that he's bad, but I was like, Star's gonna pick up him. Well, I thought, if we look at all the Danish players out there, I had a feeling they would rather go for someone else. But eventually they did end up doing it. But I don't know. We of course don't know all the details of how that went down. Maybe some other people turned down some offers first. God knows. I don't know.
I mean, Yuki's been underperforming for a while, and obviously, you were hoping that Astralis would be the end of the underperformance, but it just kind of made it look worse.
Yeah, of course, like inactive for quite a while in North, and then yeah. I mean, the last good thing Yuki pretty much had was like first place at Dreamhack Open Sevilla back in 2019. That was like, I mean, that was good. They had a good run, but still, it was a Dreamhack Open. If we look at like the bigger teams and the bigger events, they always struggle. And I'm kind of worried because Astralis was also saying like very promising things that they're gonna come back stronger, and this is like an experiment, and they're like pretty positive it's gonna work. Also, Anders was tweeting back then. He knew of all the plans they were trying to pull off. And he was excited for them. But now I mean, I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to work, but also I'm indeed, as you say, I'm like a little bit skeptical and scared, of what this will do.
Yeah,
Astralis
Astralis'
in the long
future
run.
is like more uncertain than mine right now.
Well, will this put your minds at ease a little bit? There has been some news started to come out of Glave's side on his comeback.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because he
really?
was he
Oh,
was taking the mental health break.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
he's
didn't
not
even
going
know
to be
that.
playing in Cologne, but
Uh-huh.
by the sounds of
That
it,
will
he
be
is
in
going
the
to
end
be
of this month,
returning
right?
soon.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good. Interesting to see who will then, like, what they will do, because of course they want to build this 6, 7, God knows how many man roster. Like, I'm interested to see how that's gonna be, like, how that's gonna work during events, because I don't know if there's actually a rule. I mean, of course you can play with stand-ins, but it's different, and it's weird because you cannot.
From from
It's
what
not
I
like
know,
soccer, you know. It's not like, oh, we have 11 people, or and then on the field, and then a few substitutes that we can just change randomly when we want
Yeah, in
to.
case of injury or whatever strategy.
Yeah, I mean,
from
in
what I
case of
know,
injury of something, we can always do that. But like just for funsies, or I don't know, that's the thing. Like tournaments are not built around those bigger rosters, so I'm just curious how that's gonna work out.
from what I know, I don't think there's anything to stop them from like swapping out one player as they move on to the next tournament.
Hmm.
So like they just keep rotating the players. It's like
Yeah.
everyone sits out one tournament and then they're back in the next one and then they're like in for the next four and then they're out again for one and then back in for four again.
Hmm. That's interesting. I mean, I can understand why, because you might want to give everyone an equal chance, as also and also of course an equal amount of break. But I can imagine that certain variations of the roster work better than others.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Especially
um,
depending on like what team they might be playing against and on what maps.
yeah, and that's also the thing. You know, when are you gonna be determining that? And I have so many questions of how this will
I
work.
mean, they could just sign another three people, an extra coach, and then have an Astralis A and Astralis B team.
Oh, that will be well. Then you're for sure gonna have like one team is not gonna be as good as the other. Yeah. Also, that's just weird in my opinion.
It's
It's
basically this is sort of the same thing as having an academy team. It's just I don't know.
yeah. I mean, but that's all for like, of course, of a whole different purpose. Um, that's like to educate and really bring out
It,
the potential of
what's the
new
term?
young
Like
players. But
to curate talent. That's the word.
mm,
Yeah. But it's like in the British University Karting Championship, Oxford Brookes University, they tend to field four teams in the championship. So they have an A team, a
what?
B team, a C team, and a D team.
That that's a little bit much.
There's a couple of universities that do it. But the B team is basically a second A team.
Mm.
Like, there's
So
been
then
times
C
where
and
the B
D are the
team
B squads.
there's been times where the B team has won the championship.
Yeah. I mean,
So sign three extra players, hold them to the same quality standards.
yeah.
You basically got two teams.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
There
be
has to be
confused.
rules against that.
Yeah. I'm not just interested to see how Astralis will make it happen, but also events and how they're gonna be dealing with it.
Yeah.
Um, because it's something new that doesn't really exist in esports at the moment. So some rules will definitely need to be adapted in order to make that work. Are they gonna be changing like between events or during an event, or like at what level does it happen? Um,
Yeah. The
because
only people that really know anything is Astralis, and even then they don't know the
yes, I
full
mean we can
story.
just only speculate.
Yeah.
But that's fun. That's fun.
So Mad Lions has already found a replacement for Bubchki.
Yeah.
innocent.
I mean, yeah, I like that. I was very happy with that pickup. Of course, I was like a little bit scared because everyone was getting taken away from Mad Lions. I was like, oh no, the team that I really like, um, is maybe gonna be falling apart. And I was a little bit no, but then I mean, I think Innocent can be good. The only thing is, Innocent isn't Danish, right? So
That's
I'm
very
like,
true.
are they gonna now be talking English? How will that work? Do we get like a big scenario where they still talk German a whole lot, and then Smuyo is much like, I know enough to understand. um,
I
He just
mean,
yeah,
he
the
just
big
hears
Chad
B.
move from the Danish players would be to speak Polish.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, yeah, okay, it could be a problem if your IGL is trying to call like an in-depth strat like mid-game. But if you pre-prepared like strategies and you discussed it in both languages, then that would be fine. Then you could just say, um, okay, we're running this strat and it has like a certain name or whatever. Then obviously Smoothie would understand. But if it was like he was trying to give really complicated calls like in Danish, then Smoothie wouldn't probably be able to follow along. But on like in those sort of like quick fire moments where it's like, oh, it's a B rush and then they're called, like all you have to do is like know A, B, basically what window, pit, plat, connector is in the other language, and then be able to count to 5, and that's it.
yeah. I
Like
know. I
it's
mean, English is my second language, but we still use like the English callouts because the Dutch ones just absolutely suck.
oh, they're like really long words.
But no, they just sound ridiculous. But also, I guess nowadays, especially the younger generation, is using a lot of English terms in just everyday language.
Yeah.
I went to a bilingual high school, so for me, it's extra. It's like even worse, of like not being able to think of like a Dutch word and just saying the English one instead. But I can imagine that in some, I know in Russia it's not really a thing, but for some countries, Germany, for actually I don't know about Germany, but there are um some countries in Europe or languages that still use like the English callouts from CS:GO. So I mean, if they at least do that, that's already a start.
Yeah, the only like scene in Europe I've seen fully commit to not having any English callouts is this like the CIS IGLs that just make up their
Yeah.
own callouts for the
Mm-hmm.
team.
Yeah.
Where you get like the ones where they're
Still,
just making numbers for every single call out and you have to learn every single one.
well, that's awkward.
I've just seen the top reply to the number one comment, by the way, on the Innocent joining Mad Lions.
Oh.
You know Danish scene is GG when you consider becoming a North fan.
Oh,
Lol.
oh God. That's a little bit that's rough.
I still think that the new cut through from mid to B on Vertigo should be called Protex.
Wait, where? Wait, Inferno mid to B?
The new like B plat on Vertigo.
Heaven.
Oh, Vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heaven on
Oh.
Vertigo.
Wait, and
So
how
Yeah.
do you want to call it?
Protex. Luke knows the backstory to this.
Yeah, I am clueless.
But basically, we were discussing like what to call this new call out because like when Vertigo got updated and the new version got released, me and Luke were like, okay, let's have a look around in an offline server and just see like if we can find some nade lineups and stuff. By the way, I found a sick smoke lineup for that new cut through from T-Spawn. But
Oh.
yeah, we were trying to discuss what to name that cut through, and I was looking around and the cement bags are like all over the place right near that B plat.
Yeah.
They all have a brand on it called Protex.
Aw.
So we're like, let's just call it Protex.
Oh, I mean that's actually kind of clever. I like that.
Maybe a little too clever for some people in the CS community.
I mean, yeah, but if you know, you will not forget. That's the thing. Now I will
Yeah,
never forget that
it's
name.
a quick 2-syllable word. You know, like all the other ones. Like people can say con or connect or connector or a ramp
Yeah.
or b like
Mhm.
window. It's all 2 syllables. It's like short
Yeah.
and snappy, and it's really unique.
It's something that annoys me with some people in Valorant. Is you want to keep your callouts like nice and short, but they say like full on just attacker and defender.
Yeah, I hate that, man. I wanna like I casted Valorant last week for the first time. I'm actually doing it tonight again. And I was like, this is very annoying. Like I'm used to saying CT&T, and now I have to say attackers and defenders. I'm like,
I'm
God
just committing to saying
damn.
CT&T. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like all the ability words. You know, I still call them smokes and flashes. Um, but I have a feeling if I
Yeah.
call them CT&T, it is a little bit too much CSGO. Um, yeah, it is. It is definitely different. um, and it's also so much chaos going on because especially on Haven, the map with the free bomb
Yeah.
sites. I'm like, it's all over the place because stuff is happening all at the same time. Observers are still having trouble like finding a good way to observe and catch all the action, and at some point everyone's just throwing and using all their ults and abilities all at once, and it's like, oh my god.
She's an aerial shot, 5 head.
But what if there's like two different bomb sites?
Then it zoomed out aerial shot.
Nice.
Or you have two, or you have an aerial shot on each one. You just swap between the two.
So FaZe Kirby.
I mean, it just came in. I'm like, okay, that's kind of spicy.
Mm.
I didn't expect it. I mean, yeah, okay. So I was interested to see, Kirby's future because he left North, like, what was it, like 2 months ago or so?
He was on
And was
Astralis before that at one point as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I was actually, everyone was guessing at first when he left, that he would be picked up by Astralis, but they kind of instantly confirmed that that was not going to be the case. So then I was like, what is he going to be doing now? Like, what the hell? He's gonna move to like a smaller team, like in a heroic or I mean, Mad Lions, for example, if they're gonna be changing all the rosters. But
Yeah.
now this, so that's interesting because I mean he's been playing in Danish rosters, so now moving to English speaking roster.
He's copying Valda, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's not forget he is a major champion as well.
Oh yes, I mean he's still a good player, and I love that he's back. We're gonna be seeing him actually kind of shortly already. I mean at ESEA 1 Cologne, so the end of the month.
Yeah.
So that's
Interview
dope.
potential.
Ooh, yeah. I want to see more shit. Names are hard. Nico interviews.
Yeah.
Because he struggles sometimes, but it's cute.
I'm sure Kiabi's English is fine. He's failing,
Yeah.
thank you.
No. Yeah. Sunny though. Damn.
It's my favorite meme from CS.
Yeah.
I'm failing, thank you.
I'm feeling thank you.
I don't think
Yeah.
FaZe's experiment with whatchamacallin, Bimus. I don't think it worked out as well as it did with Brokey.
No, Brokey was definitely a better pickup. Brokey is gonna go places. I'm gonna say that right here, right now. He's an amazing player. He's super young still. Like early ROPS, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just I'm super hyped for his future because he has a big load of potential, and of course you are now going to be seeing the I would say fear and like the nerves that sometimes do end up showing with younger players, but man, the dude can frag.
I like how you threw this bit of Kirby and FaZe like right in before we started recording. and I'd finished.
Well, it just came
organising
in on
all
my
my
Twitter.
tabs.
I saw it, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
finished organising all of my tabs for the news, and then you threw that in.
Hey, I mean, why not? It
Throwing
just
a spanner in the
news
works.
is news.
Yeah. So Phelps is no longer tied to MIBR.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting development.
He's been fully signed by Boom, which is it's the ex Luminosity roster. Like the last time
yeah.
they were in CS.
Yeah.
It's actually not a terrible roster. They've got bolts. It's always good.
Yeah, they bought him out, right? Yeah.
They bought out Phelps, but was it Luminosity dropped the roster, didn't they? And then Boom picked them up. I think I remember it being ex Luminosity.
Wait, ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Wait, wasn't it Ints instead of Luminosity?
I've just seen Bolts has played for Inns, but he was only there for like 2 months.
Yeah, I'm reading through the article now because it says blah blah blah. I'm doing your blah blah blah.
Yes, the core of the former Inns lineup. She's
Yeah.
I believe the same core of the former ex Luminosity lineup.
Yeah, I mean Brazilian teams is like it's kind of the same as the big Danish roster shuffle.
Yeah.
It's like I mean,
Can we just go
and I
back
think
to the
that's
old
like
days
everywhere.
of SK?
Oh man, yeah.
2016.
The amount of times
I
MIBR
mean-
has changed their final player.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. They've changed their fifth a lot recently. Who's it now? It's TRK, isn't it? Who's it now? Is it TRK? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's TRK, then
Yeah.
they have Mayim, Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas won. Yeah. Yeah, Brazilian CS now is a little bit weird. MRBR not being, I think, the #1 Brazilian team right now. It's like strange. Furia, yeah, Furia is still up there. Damn, Furia's going good. Number 8 currently.
MIBR is ranked 16th at the moment.
Yeah. Also, a team I want to do well, Mouse Sports. But
Yeah.
I'm a little bit.
Is Rob still on that roster?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Robs deserves a major. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I want Kerrigan to. I want just Kerrigan to lead a squad to like a good victory.
So Carrigan.
Nice. Everything was
Yes.
sort of a little like uncertain when they dropped like 4 players on their roster and then brought one back.
Yeah.
No one sort of knew what was going to happen, and then Carrigan came in, and then they dominated
It was
the
like,
Pro League season.
damn. I know, yeah. So they have like highs and lows. I remember, they had like certain expectations for the major because I know Chris J and was talking with him, and he was like, okay, we at least want to make the top 8. And then during the last freaking bracket, they got eliminated just before reaching top 8. It was so heartbreaking. I mean, they don't necessarily have to win every single thing, but they lack a little bit of consistency, and I hope that they can find it. Of course, now the online thing is not helping. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough for them. Also, NIP, which I think there's a little bit more. Dignitas, who are currently not. Are they even in the top 30? Question mark.
Let me have a look-see.
Don't think
No, they're not.
so. Damn, Dignitas, come on. You have godlike roster. Well, I mean, they're not gods, but anymore, maybe, but
Let's see, Dignitas.
it's you know, it's the nostalgia. It's the
54th.
nostalgia. Wait, 54. Wait, who else do we? Where do you see? Oh wait, you can't see the rest. That's annoying. I hate that. Yeah, it's like Dignitas. Come on.
Yeah,
I know
think
you can do better.
I really want Nip to be doing well into Hampus because like apart from Golden, he was one of the IGLs I wanted to take over at Nip at some point. Like I rate Hampus as an IGL. Not quite as much as Golden, but you know, at least we got one of them. But it's been sort of like quite up and down. Like it's not looked amazing yet. Been quite inconsistent, like smashing some teams and then losing to Godsend 2-0.
Rip.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, what is even Godsend's roster right now?
Godsend's roster is
Oh,
Zen,
the Stico, of
Stico,
course.
Crystal, Madden, and Farlig.
Yeah. Yeah, there are just some teams like somewhere between like the rank 30 and 50, I think. That are just like, I want them to do so good, and it's just not happening. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because some, like, you know, especially, you know, when casting, I see like insane potential sometimes in teams. Sometimes it just dies out the event right after. I'm like, come on! I've seen you guys. You guys are so good, and now it's just like we're seeing a whole different team. So, and of course now with the online situation, consistency is a thing that lacks for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Even with like a team like NaVi, you know, one time they're like absolute gods, and sometimes I'm like, what am I watching currently?
Yeah,
The
it
only
depends
one,
on Simple's mood.
yeah, the only one I think like is actually kind of consistent is Big, and that's weird. But Centaurus on online is an absolute beast, and he keeps performing every single time.
Well,
People are like complaining, Big cannot be number one. I'm like, yeah, well, if we look at the current online landscape, I think it's fair.
I mean, I'm sure we all
It's a
remember
little bit
Online
strange,
Soldiers.
but yes. Yeah, I mean, we have to admit that times right now are strange with both certain, I mean, roster shuffles and whatever it's going on, but also online, you know, not playing lands, not traveling, and
Yeah,
it's
I
weird.
think it is really strange. I think it's like a big part of it is this whole lockdown scenario has meant that it's forced all of these tournaments to be online only, right? Which means that teams don't have to travel, which means they've got a lot more free time. And that free time is spent doing what, well, usually they wouldn't be doing training during that time because they'd be traveling. So I think that might be why Glare, for instance, he ended up taking a break for his mental health because it's just given them more time to take a step back, take a breath, and just kind of evaluate what's going on. Um, like have a bit more insight into their own lives because of how slowed down everything's gotten, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it
And
makes sense.
that's probably why so many teams are having roster changes and kicks and whatever because it's just there's time to do that now, whereas before there wasn't as such.
Speaking of kicks, Letney is no longer tied to Contact.
Yeah.
The jersey looks a little bit weird. It looks like something out of the 80s. At least from what I can
Well,
see
they
in
got
the
vertical
profile
stripes
pictures.
on it.
Wait, let me.
It's just like a big
let me-
contact in yellow text across the chest.
Wait, I cannot. Wait, let me see.
Is it in Comic Sans?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Wait, how is contact written? Is it with the 0? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Contact, yeah.
I can't see the full thing. I can just see like the top of it.
Yeah,
but...
I was not happy. Wait, if we're talking about like ugly, I don't know, logos and stuff like that, can we talk about Hellraisers? Like, what did they just do? the
Savage.
angry eyebrows and just make them red, and then we have a logo. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's
I mean, there were good memes that came out of it, so it was fun, but it was still a little bit odd. I mean, there are like bad logos, and then you have that.
yeah. Biggest team to drop off after just getting rid of a roster is Hellraisers. Like, they've done nothing since they dropped their EU mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember when they were like competitors to Fnatic back in the day. Like I'm talking like 2015 when I first started watching CS. I don't even remember what the roster was back then, to be honest. I just remember seeing them in like semi-finals and stuff.
I do remember
Nah,
it being
you don't
some
hear
sort
anything
of
from them.
CIS roster back then.
Hmm.
I know that it's close to the time when Simple was there. And Doja.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doja. Wait, Doja, I think, wasn't it? I mean, he's still streaming. His streams are pretty funny to watch, actually. He, like, uses a green screen, and it's so iconic to see him play. Also,
Alright.
so many players got banned on Twitch again, like
Yeah.
Simple. I think Doja got banned as well, and I'm like, what the? What is?
Are you ready for this?
Oh,
1st of October 2015. Angel, Mo, Adren, Simple, and Kutcher. That was the Hellraisers lineup.
Yes! God damn!
Oscar came in March 2016, somewhere there. Oh no, actually, like, back end of October 2015.
Yeah, man. The good old times.
There was a point where Oscar and Simple were on the same lineup.
Yeah.
Wait, that happened.
That happened.
I mean, there were a lot of questionable things happening. Don't lie.
Speaking of Adren, by the way, he's parted ways with VP.
Yes. I'm not sure what's. I mean, he is an older player, so I'm interested to see what he's gonna be doing.
I don't know.
I have a feeling it might go to like a coaching role, but it's like my gut feeling.
Maybe
But he hasn't, of course, said I'm gonna retire. So
in light of
How
what
old is
Pasha
he?
did, he's 30.
yeah, I
In
mean, he is relatively, of course, old.
in light of what Pasha did, maybe he joins Astralis as a streamer.
Liquid, you mean?
I mean, didn't he literally say in like that video explaining his retirement, like he's got a family now, he's got people to take care of, yada
Yeah,
yada.
I mean, and that makes so much sense because
Yeah.
you're constantly traveling, you're away with like holidays and birthdays and whatever, and that, you know, I can understand that is pretty heartbreaking because you do want to be there for your family, and it does take its toll.
Yeah.
So it's very wholesome. Even I go to Pasha's Twitter, he's having fun with his wife and his kids and cycling around the country. It's like wholesome content, and I like seeing that.
Yeah, the
So
great
the
change
change
of
is,
pace.
is understandable. Yeah, yeah, and of course at first it hurts because the people within CS are technically also somewhat of a family. So changing that and leaving that somewhat behind, of course not completely, but it's gonna be different. So that does hurt, but I mean, in the long run, I think it was a good choice. But it doesn't make it any less sad.
Yeah. So Buster's still listed as an inactive player for VP. So are they going to bring him back, or are they bringing someone else in? Because
Yeah, I'm
Strange.
interested to see like who they're gonna be picking up.
yeah,
Because currently Sanji, Kicker, James, Yakindar.
who
It
would
is
they
a little
pick
bit of
up
a
for that?
mix. Like, who can they pick up? What would you guys think?
I don't even know.
With Roster, sorry.
First pro. So I just wait. What? So currently they have Sanji, Kikra, Jame, and Yakinar.
I only know one of those names.
That's probably Jame.
Sanji is from Uzbekistan, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me have a think. Who could they?
I mean, Buster is still inactive.
Is
And he was still listed that way, so I don't think he will like come back. I'm just checking comments if they're like any good.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I have no
Yeah,
idea
people are
who
saying
VP could
Buster,
even.
but I don't believe that. Because he was still listed as inactive during that announcement, so I think they did that on purpose.
This person said Axel.
Wait. Oh, also Hobbit moved back to Gambit youngsters.
Yes.
Pretty cool. It's a
Yeah.
little bit weird that they're still called youngsters, but I get why. The organization was like, well, until we're in the top 30 again, only then we can call ourselves Gambit again, even though it used to be that youngsters were the academy team, but now it's just the main roster.
Yeah. Youngsters with a 26-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds a little bit weird, but
yeah, it does kind of look weird where they haven't changed the name yet. Back to sort of like a main team. But they do have some great youngsters on the lineup.
Yeah, I mean the lineup is I mean they're not doing bad, but I mean for an academy team, I hope that Hobbit can maybe change, you know, the bring back that experience that maybe the rest of the team needs, and yeah.
That was I had blood plan for a little bit later, but you know, we can bring that forward, it's fine. So Freddie B's retired, by the way. Another Swedish legend has gone.
Rip.
I say legend. He's not done, like, he's not been majorly successful. But he is starting university in 2 weeks, so he is retired from competitive CS.
Wait, who? Sorry, I missed.
Freddie B.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if career-wise, you know, stuff is not working out, it's like, okay, gotta go back to school. Yeah, it's tough life. I mean, it is hard.
Okay, alright, I've been thinking about this whole who can VP pick up question.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still.
What about Wardell?
Huh.
Wardell?
Yeah.
Isn't he signed to T1 for Valorant?
According to HLTV, he's not on any team right now.
Like for Valorant though, not for CS.
Yeah, the
Valorant?
name. Yep, I think he is in Valorant.
Ah, shit.
Liquidpedia.
Yeah, that's also a thing. You know, when people are like a free agent, no one wants to pick them up. It's like, bye bye, I'm gonna move to Valorant. And I do understand, you know, because in CS, it's been around for 20 years. Competition is so extremely high. So if you want to make it to the top, it's hard. And Valorant is just brand new. So if you want to make a move, you know, it is smart.
So Wardell is signed to Team Solomid, TSM.
Oh yes, yeah.
He is joined alongside Cutler, Hayes, Sabrosa, and Drone.
Huh.
So that's every single player is an ex-CS pro.
Yeah, like I really don't have an answer for it. I have no clue who VP could even pick up. Like, is a good fit. They need like an older player with more experience, ideally. I mean, James, sure, but like he's James.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who's floating around the CIS scene at the moment.
Yeah.
I just have no clue who they would pick up.
If you guys have any ideas, drop a suggestion in the comments.
Yes. One thing I do know is 3 Finnish people have signed to 3 different Finnish teams.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we've got Spargo going to Kova, we've got X7 going to Havu, and Exati going to Helsinki Reds. I think.
So.
It just says H Reds now. I assume that's the same team.
Well, I don't really know a lot about the other 2, but the X7 move I kind of like. Because, I mean, Havu is like, they're up and coming, and it's nice. And yeah. I mean, currently Hoodie now is gone. It's inactive. But I like the roster. Slowy is... Man. Slowy. It's good boy. I like seeing him. Casted during Blast Rising. They pretty much slayed the whole thing.
Yeah, of course, yeah, you casted for that, didn't you, in Dutch?
Yeah, I had to cast it in Dutch, which was a little bit. I mean, it's fair because Blast wanted as much coverage as they could, so they hired me and a lot of other people from so many different countries to make sure it's being cast in a lot of languages. So I do appreciate that. Of course, they also had the main cast that was in English, and it was a nice
cool
opportunity.
That they're expanding it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, and they're like reaching out. They were just having a public post that they were looking for casters. I was like, wow, that's dope. It's Blast Rising, so it's for a little bit more smaller up and coming teams. So we're also looking for more up and coming casters. So I really appreciated that. Took the chance, and here we go.
So were you saying the callouts in English or Dutch?
No, callouts definitely English. Hell no, that I'm saying like. No, that's ugly, man. It's frustrating, and I'm saying kill. I'm saying peeking, planting. Yeah, we all use those words, and it just sounds awful if we translate those. Just like the commentary, like, oh, he's gonna walk to this side or whatever like that. Of course, we say that in Dutch, but it's a little bit of a mix. For some people, it's a little bit cringeworthy. A lot of Dutch people don't like watching Dutch casts. I mean, I probably would prefer it also to be English, but not everyone is
there are
good.
some people who don't speak very good English.
Yeah. So of course. So I'm all for that. If I'm getting the chance, and I like what they were trying to do.
That reminds me of a time when while I was working part-time at this insurance firm, and I can't remember which tournament it was that was on, but I was trying to watch the live streams while I was at work because I had 2 monitors for our workstations, like one for like filling out these stupid spreadsheet things and another one for like managing documents. But I was using the second one to like watch the live stream of the matches, and of course Twitch was blocked. But I found a clone site that was streaming it with German commentary. Luckily enough, I speak German, so I was like, okay, this is pog.
That is funny. Yeah. But that was cool, and Halvo was doing great. They slayed every single team, pretty much. They didn't actually end up first in the group stage. Nordavin did, with Croman in the lineup. Also, I want that lineup also to do well because they had good potential, but they did end up losing 2-0 from Endpoint.
Why'd you say that
Yeah.
like it's a bad thing?
Huh?
Why'd you say that?
Well,
like
okay,
remember you're in a call with 2 British people.
Yes, I know. Endpoint, by the way, I'm rooting for Endpoint. Not just because I want UKCS to do good. I also want my boy Joey to do good. Because hey, as you have your UK
doesn't
pride,
need to do good anymore.
We
I mean,
we
no,
found that
but
esport. We found that esport. It's Valorant.
Valorant.
Team
Oh,
Liquid
God,
is a
yeah.
UK team in Valorant.
Yes. That's so strange.
Plus Scream.
Yes. Oh yeah, of course, Scream. No, but Endpoint is a good lineup. And they've been performing well in these like B tier tournaments. But I want to see them like take the next step, and also do well in a lot of bigger tournaments. I want to see them at like DreamHack Open, stuff like that. Actually, let me see, because I think they're in DreamHack Summer that is coming up, if I'm right. EU. Yes, they are. In a pool together with Big, Mad Lions, and Heroic. Damn. That's, against Big. Good luck. The other, it seems like they have a bigger chance in the other group, because that is Complexity, OG, Spirit, and Force. Force. I don't really know actually how to pronounce that. But it's, I think, based on seeding. We have the lowest one with the top one, so that's Big and Endpoint together. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Um.
So there's another Red Bull 2v2 Flick tournament.
Oh.
This
They
Wait.
got
time,
anti-cheat this time.
Wait. Wasn't that with that didn't have that have Mimi in it?
yes, it does.
Yes.
Don't worry,
Right.
Kate. This time we won't see level 3 Finnish players destroying Alu and Sergey, because it's all pro players.
Oh, that's good.
So we have 16 teams. We have 2 G2 teams. We've got French G2 in Kenny S and Jax, and then we've got Serbian G2 in Nexa and Hunter.
Oh yeah, Next and Hunter, man. Oof.
Then we've
They
got
feel like bros at this point.
Vitality of fielding Misuta and Zayu.
I'm excited for that. I'm a big fan of Misuta, and a lot of people are like, "Whoa, why?" But I here we go again. I was casting this.
Yeah.
But no, but actually, no. Before he got picked up, I was casting LAN in Belgium and was playing there. And because I think he's Belgian. I don't think he's French.
I think he's French.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, he's French.
He is French.
He's French.
Oh shit! Sorry. Okay, yeah. Well, he was either a French-speaking Belgian or he was French completely. But then it was Navira that was Belgian. That was it. No, but at that LAN, there was a lot of like big French teams there, a few Belgian teams as well. And he was godlike. He wrecked every single person there. They didn't place first because it was, the team he was playing in. Can't remember the name, but they had a rough time as a team. But him as an individual was like, I was already like ready to give him like MVP for that tournament. And we literally during the cast we said, this dude is gonna make it like into a top 20 team somewhere within the next year, and boom, literally after that, because I think during that LAN they've been scouting because Nivera was also playing at that LAN in another team, and he got picked up by Heretics. So it was like suddenly all of these young players got picked up, and I mean, for Misuta going from like this very small, almost mixed team from France, moving up to Vitality is insane. So I
Yeah.
was like, that's so cool.
I think it's cool as well. He played in the in one of the Aces Republic of Gamers tournaments.
Oh, that's one of the ones. Hunyang led the team in.
Hunyang!
That's
Yeah.
Wait,
the one.
what?
My name Jeff.
Oh god.
That one French YouTuber that made his own matchmaking.
Yeah, he had a team in that tournament.
Yeah, I don't think he was doing it when Misuta played in it, but yeah, Misuta played in a Republic of Gamers tournament. Big fielder team in this tournament, by the way, in the Red Bull tournament. With none of
Flick one.
With none of the top 5, with none of the number 1 players. It's Gobby and Alex. I don't really know how to say it. It's Alex, and it's got 2 R's at the end.
You know what I'm looking forward to about the Red Bull Flag tournament?
What?
I'm waiting for Alu to ask if he's allowed to drink the Red Bulls again.
Unfortunately, Alu is not playing.
Oh,
It's Sergey and
sad.
Ariel.
Reb.
Then Contact have Esperanto and Ships. Honoris have 2 teams. They've got Taz and Reiko, and then they've got Neo and Prism.
Oh, that could
Giants-
be sick seeing Taz in a 2v2, man.
Yo,
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
Honoris versus Honoris, Taz versus Neo.
Okay, yeah, I might need to watch just that one match.
So Giants field 2 teams as well. They've got PR and Fox, and then they've got OBJ and No Peach. I'm gonna thoughts on the pronunciation.
No Peach. It's got to be no Peach.
No Peach, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we should trust the British to think of the pronunciation, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like European, that J could be pronounced as a Y. That could be no pay for all we know.
Yeah, and then the rest of the teams are like countries. So Denmark, which is Mimi Kayla and her boyfriend Remoy, or Rem,
Yes.
whatever you say it.
Noise.
Then
I like
UK,
Power couple.
Everyone was
couple.
shitting on her, but man,
She's
she
actually
can
decent.
play. She is freaking amazing.
So
Yeah,
I mean-
there's definitely still a big problem with sexism in the gaming culture.
Yes.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So
And
UK
it
field a
sucks.
team as well of Owen Smooya Butterfield and Thomas a thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Then Germany has Sin and Sky. France has Exercise and Jocko.
I know those players too. They were also at the they're pretty funny. We had the Joko meme that arose during cast because his plays were so hype that every single time we were just shouting Joko, and it was so funny. No, and he's a cool dude. I like to see more of him.
So
Sound like you're reviewing a Tinder date.
So I say all of them are pro players, but it's questionable as to if you can call the Ukrainians pro players. Because neither of
I
them
don't know
have a
what
HLTV
team.
profile. It's just called
Okay.
Ukraine.
Mm.
One's called Hellkiss, and the other's called Miku24.
Yeah, I have no clue who they are.
Yeah, neither do I. Then Team Russia is Dima and Finnegan. Both play for Espada. Right, so EU had a close qualifier, which is where the German and French teams came from. The 2 CIS teams, Russia and Ukraine, they came from the James Bardolph's Red Bull Flick Open qualifier.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Why is that a
was
thing?
the thing. I have no clue. Don't ask. I think that. Yeah.
I don't really
know,
like
I guess
Bardolph.
for
I don't really like
sponsors and
Bardolph. He annoys me.
I don't really have a very strong opinion about him. I haven't met him personally. I do like his work, but don't know how he is as a person, so I can't really judge.
So we have just a couple bits of news left. We'll go with this one first. Snake Nifty is back.
Snake Nifty. The one that
Oh.
b-hops through Inferno A apps, or the one that's like kicking people out of rosters?
Both, I think. The latter one's definitely back. Maybe the first one's back as well. But Moose
I
and
wanna see more of
Ryan
the first
are
one.
both gone from the team.
Hmm.
So they've brought in Cuban as coach. I'd like to point out now, the only NA player in this roster is Nifty.
Oh.
So they've got Mihu and Calix. Cuban is Polish as the coach, and then Legia has transferred over to a player role.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Legia. I forgot that he was even a thing.
Yeah. That one
I mean,
German player, I
I've seen
forgot
him
he existed.
streaming mainly, and he coached, but
He's like
I mean,
the
wait, he was in
silence from Doctor
FPL
Who.
though, right? I think he was in FPL.
He probably was, yeah.
Leggy is literally like the silence from Doctor Who. You stop looking at him and you forget he exists.
Oof. So, NV aren't planning to finalize their roster till January. So they're just looking for a short-term player for the moment. But what do they plan on doing? Like, because they have just one NA player and it was meant to be an American team.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you give a player control. He just gets the best players, which he knows aren't from his own region.
Yeah, that sounds like bias to me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with Envy. I don't know. I want them to do something, and it's just like every single time. I'm like, what is happening? I'm just
It's like I wanted
Envy
them
is like
to
a
do
team you're
something,
always
but
like
not that.
confused. Yes, it's like, okay, come on, you can do better than that.
I remember like reading when all like the news came to light of Nifty just completely snaking people in the team, and I was like, no, Nifty, why? You were meant to be good. What happened?
Yeah, I bet all of those fans at that Sydney tournament, like bowing down to him, and, like chanting "Nifty," regret that now.
Yeah. Yeah, the Australians loved him, and now they hate him.
Yes.
But we have
Also,
another player leaving because of university.
wait. Who?
Curry from Triumph.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And Triumph wasn't doing bad, so that's kind of...
Yeah, well, that's the team
Yeah.
where Grim came from.
Yeah, Triumph is kind of falling apart now.
It's like
I mean,
C9
to
all
be
over
fair.
again, just without the major win.
Oh!
Oof.
Oh! Yes.
Oh damn, dude.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh man, you burned them, and my mum told me not to roast trash.
So Penny has come into the lineup instead. He's 17, is Penny. And that's his surname, not his first name, so don't worry for anyone out there confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sources have said that that Curry's short-term college schedule would be viable for him to remain in the team. So, did he get snaked out or did he leave on his own?
Good question. I have no clue.
Shrek meme. Good question.
Wait, what? Is that a Shrek meme?
Yeah, the Shrek meme. Good question.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no. What is happening?
So, but there's no replacement for Grim at the moment, so the lineup is Shakezilla, Spongy, Junior, and Penny.
Yeah.
Who will be the fifth? Who will be the fifth, actually? Nitro, maybe?
Nitro?
Revenge of the Fifth.
Man. Yo, I'm the thing though that like Nitro is such a big name and a big player. Where is he gonna move? Like, and he's also an IGL, so that's like,
Yeah.
it's rough. He might step down from IGL and just go rifle instead, but
Well, there was rumors that he was doing that towards the end of his time at Liquid anyway.
yeah, true. That they were like switching and stuff, and yeah. Yeah, it's
Alright.
just it's weird because I didn't really expect him to be leaving. It suddenly was like, I mean, A roster change is, I don't think, really weird for Team Liquid, because they've been kind of struggling, and but I just didn't expect Nitro to leave. But
Yeah. So we have, I guess it's a new EU mix, in a way. So 2 people have left the Movie Star Riders lineup. We've got Easter and Lowell have both gone.
Yeah.
But they brought in Larson and Shocks. Larson's
Where was
Danish.
Shocks
Shocks
again from?
is where's he from? Well, he's Estonian, but I don't know like what team he came from.
Both teams. He played with
Smash.
Yeah, Smash. Don't know a lot about them, to be honest.
Yeah, neither do I, except they're 22 and Estonian and played for Smash.
Yes.
Is this EU mix? Because they've got 2 Spanish, then they've got a Danish and Estonian, and then a Brazilian.
Yeah, this is definitely a mix.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. That sounds like the kind of pick and mix I do when I'm trying to choose what sweet spot I want for the film. You know, get some Brazil nuts, some gummy bears, some cola bottles.
The sweet mix of everything you want.
Exactly.
The top comment is they almost read
basically
Tabson instead of Larson. That would be the headline and a half.
Okay.
Alright, so we're done for news. Any parting comments to be made?
I don't know. I'm just interesting to see how everything will be after COVID. Of course, we don't know how long it will take. But yeah, currently things are just so different. So many things are going and happening at the same time, and it's like,
Yeah, I want to know when Astralis is going to get their sanity back.
yeah, I just want teams to be like consistent, so we get like an actual view of how teams are.
Yeah.
Because like currently, I mean, big is good. It would be so good for them if they could translate it back after COVID back on LAN. I would really love to see that because I want big to do well. But yeah, so many teams are having like troubles here and there. So we shall see what the future will be like.
Before we end off, I have a question just for you, V.
Oh.
So, have you got anything like after the whole DreamHack event? Have you got anything else on the horizon lined up? Like any other, like casting opportunities? You're
Not well. Okay, so I'm doing a Benelux tournament throughout September and October.
Okay.
And there are like, of course, I'm like talking with certain parties, but things are not confirmed or like they're like uncertain.
Right.
Of course, there are like things I would hope to do, but of course, everything, also with COVID, there's so many people that are kind of stuck at home. But I did receive good feedback from DreamHack, so I hope that maybe in the future I can work with them again. Would be hell amazing.
So you can kind of improve on that and
yeah. I mean, I talk with Blan, Harry, and others too about just my casting and how things and what to improve on. And I mean, the general feedback was actually pretty good, so I'm happy. Atmosphere was great. We just keep on working, keep improving. We will see where it will take us.
That's dope.
It was.
Hopefully, you find some success in that.
Yeah, it was amusing seeing your first like big.
I mean, I was
English
shitting my
casting.
pants at first, not gonna lie, but
it was amusing. Like the first time I saw your first big English casting, and you were sat alongside Pansy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was insane. I was like,
Yeah, you sent me
already
you sent me a
hyped, of
screenshot of
course.
that over WhatsApp, and I was like, bro,
Yeah.
that's sick.
I
Yeah.
tweeted
No,
that
of
out as
course
well,
I
like
was
best cast
already.
combination.
Yeah, I was already, of course, honored to be in the lineup of everyone, there. But then also being able to like kick it off alongside Pansy was, Pansy was one of the people that like why I started casting, and I really admire her. Of course, she's currently not doing it, but I still looked at her work and like how she is casting, and I learned a lot from how she did it. So it was seriously unreal to be doing that with her, and it was fun. We had good fun doing it. With the rest of the squad as well, even with people like Moses. We didn't even get to cast together, but still, being in the group and the vibe, in Discord, all kind of hanging and making jokes. It was good. Atmosphere was nice, even though it was online. It was, of course, a little bit weird because you don't get to see each other, like, and talk a lot as you would on LAN. Um, so I mean, that's a little bit strange, but everyone was very much welcoming, um, and it was great.
I'm gonna open off this next like section for the results and things by saying I'm not surprised by this winner at all. In Originem winning the Dreamhack Showdown Summer
Yes,
Europe.
yes.
They're by far the best EU team for the females.
Yeah, yeah. They're so strong. They have been together for a long time. Um, and I mean, the final though, yeah, they did 1-2-0, but it was still like I don't think a very. It was like, yeah, it was 16-11 and 16-13. The thing though was, Originum taking, I think, yeah, Galaxy Racers, their map pick. It was already like, oh god, this is gonna be kind of scary because the second map, I believe it was, was Mirage, which is a pretty good map for Originum. So I was like kind of scared how that was gonna go, and they did end up taking it 2-0. Yeah, they just look solid. And it was so sad because Vilga, on Galaxy Racer, it just always seems, Originum and Galaxy Racer are up there, but Galaxy can never do it.
Yeah.
That's a thing, and Originator is definitely the best. Also surprising, we saw Team Deathfox arrive, a Russian lineup,
Yeah.
and they were impressive. I didn't know them quite well, but I talked with them beforehand, and they were a blast to watch. Sadly, they stranded in the lower bracket final, so kind of like in the semifinal. But they were they were good. Um, and
Yeah, but
and
still
just in
making it to that
general,
final is good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In general, I really like those tournaments, and people are like complaining, like, Jesus, I can even do better and face it. I'm like, just shut up at that point.
Pro
But
CS plays a lot differently to
it
face
is
Yeah,
it.
it does.
so. It
Even
I
is,
try to
scrims
play
play
yeah.
normal
differently.
CS like pro, and it does not work. It
It's
does not
no.
work.
But even like scrims play differently to pugs.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But
No, it
Deathfox,
is.
they 2-0'd Arcane Wave twice.
Yep. Octane Wave. The thing though was, if this was their first like international tournament. They played a lot of Polish things. They did play the ESL Women's League thingy, but it wasn't as big. Yeah. So I think this was, their first time to shine. Um, and even though I saw potential in the players, I just had the feeling that maybe they were nervous, and the pressure was kind of there. Also, they did end up benching Olivka or getting rid of Olivka. Not sure the reasons. They haven't really said anything. And it's oh, actually, about wait, I'm so stupid. You guys were asking about my casting, but I'm actually this weekend I am casting Ambush, Summer Cup. So that is with the majority of these teams. It is European though, so I don't think we have any NA teams in the lineup, which would make sense because time zone. But like the Galaxy Racer, the I'm not sure. I think Death Fox is there too. Arcane Wave is there too. Skate, Originum not though. And I think I'm not sure, but there were like some issues between them and the organization. or not their org, but like the ambush team. Something they had, I think they had like a rule that only people from an organization could join, and back then Team Originum was orgless, so that kind of ended up being a real drama.
I was
But it
gonna
is
say another
sad.
team name change would be ridiculous at this point.
Yeah,
The
yeah, it was
shit
kind of
class, we
sad
run
because
this place.
like, why not invite them? Because you just know that's the best team currently
Yeah.
in EU, and they just ended up refusing. Originum was like a little bit upset, but they got plenty of other things. They won Dreamhack just now, so
Yeah. Well, they
um,
have 4 of the most recognizable names in female CS.
oh, definitely. I mean, Juliano Zas, Mimi, and Petra, I would say.
Yeah.
Corsilia is of course a lot younger still, kind of like the baby. And Corsilia, of course, I mean, this is her first team. Literally, she joined Originum, and that was her first team she played for. Like, that's insane, and
Yeah.
she's doing good.
I think
I
my
mean,
internet's dropping out.
oh no, we're losing one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but for the ambush one, we have the ambush female team playing, which it feels weird, the organizing an event, and of course their own team will play. Didn't have to qualify. Okay.
Yeah. Insert match fixing joke here.
But I do understand. The team is pretty decent. They always try to qualify, not always end up happening. Copenhagen Flames is there. Defox, Galaxy Racer, Isaka Boars. I think they tried to qualify for DreamHack, but they failed at the end. Skate, Falcon with Nessa and Kim in there. I know those. Also tried to qualify for DreamHack, didn't. I think the very last round they lost. Arcane Wave is back, but it does say on Wikipedia that the roster is still with Olivka. I'm not sure who they will be playing with. Also, Skate made a roster change. Um, they added someone. I just cannot remember who it was. And Fragbox, French team. Um, I casted the male team, but I didn't know they had a female team. So I'm like,
There you
okay,
go.
that's a pleasant surprise. And the rest are from qualifiers. Oh, Frapbox is actually also from qualifier. Invicta, I know they're a little bit more known. The rest is, I don't know as much. I did cast a few of them during the qualifiers, but they seem more or less like some, more up and coming teams that trying like to get and set ground in the scene. But it is still interesting to see how that will go. It's a lot of teams. We have about 16 in total, so it's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's on the bigger side of a female tournament. So
Sorry.
moving back
Yeah.
to DreamHack and going over to the NA side now. Um,
Mm.
I do kind of like the result of CLG Red winning. Partly
But
because I'm
I
biased
hear something.
of Emmy being in the lineup.
Oh.
It's the only reason.
Yeah. I mean, CLG have cute players. They're all very sweet. Um, and yeah, I mean, Dignitas was also up there. It was so close though, man. I believe in the last map they had an insane comeback on Nuke. It was like, I don't know, a 14-3 scoreline. I was like, okay, this is gonna be done. And then it ended up going into OT. Like, we were all like shitting our pants.
This is the only rivalry I expected to be like big for like the actual wins was CLG
Yeah.
Red versus Dignitas.
Yes, yeah. That was definitely yeah. In EU, at least, I have a feeling there was a little bit more competition. Defox definitely showed up. Um, and here there was the gap was a little bit bigger between like the top and the bottom teams. Also, that's what she said is more of a mix. Even though they did pretty good, though, they had Miss Harvey on the squad. But it was, of course they want to win and be good. But I know that Pinecone is not going to be playing, and she produces a lot. I mean, Miss Harvey produces a lot too. This was, yeah, it looked more like a fun thing than.
Interesting when we don't have a sense of humor though with that team name.
That's what she said. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit
She said.
annoying to pronounce it all, because it's just a mouthful. It's just so long. It's like.
So she said it was a mouthful.
No, that's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. That's.
Oh my god. I hate you guys. My brain is slow.
I was wondering when you were gonna pick up on it, like what
No,
you really.
So Abel White did decently in the tournament.
Yeah, and they were a pretty new team too. I think they only like practiced for a few months. They did participate in the ECA season, but that was pretty much the first thing they did. So
Yeah,
I mean, there is potential there. It's just like, of course, you could really see that they were lacking some experience.
Yeah, I've maybe like heard the names or like just seen like a couple of their names somewhere to do with CS. Apart from that, I don't know a lot about them.
I know so little, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the thing though, and the thing I kind of dislike is there's so little coverage about female CS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help with, professionalizing it and stuff like that. Of course, Dreamhack did a great job. They are really one of the most progressive TOs out there, I would say. And HLTV, they did make an announcement post about the talent being announced. They did zero coverage of the event itself, like not even of the winners or anything. While they are still, bigger names, especially if we're talking about EU, CLG. I mean, it's still a team name that people know.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not at least cover, the outcome of the tournament? It's like, nope, it's just not happening. And that's a little bit disappointing in my eyes. Because apparently we as talent are more important than the tournament itself. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's a
I mean,
bit.
I appreciated them making a post, but still, felt weird.
It's weird to think though that one of the teams in the NA tournament is a professional Valorant team.
I mean, a lot of teams play Valorant. CLG played Valorant. They did stop to practice for CSGO, so they put it on hold. But they did partake in some tournaments. Dignitas also plays Valorant.
Yeah, Dignitas is like making a commitment to play both games.
Yes, and I'm not sure who the other team was that also played Valorant actually.
Have you guys seen that video comparing like how much better the map design in CS is compared to Valorant's maps?
Oh. No, I haven't, but
actually.
I've experienced it firsthand.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's like it talks about like how like really basic map design. Oh, you have this really long sight line here, and so it's obviously really powerful to hold with the op. So we'll just put a box in the middle of this sight line. It's like that's basically what they've done.
The spawn points are a little bit stupid in Valorant.
Yeah.
Like, he also spoke about like how there's so many little cubbies.
Like CT spawn in Valorant is usually just like this long, really long corridor, and then just like they pull a wall further back towards spawn just to split it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's just. It's not implemented into the map whatsoever. It's not like. It's just a way to rotate. There's no link to it where there would be any potential for somebody to have a firefight for it. Like the way, for example, CT spawn on Dust 2 works. Like the T's can fake a mid to B and then push CT to A.
Yeah,
if they wanted to.
There's no interesting map design. It's all just really basic.
Yeah, it's just they need to do better, basically. Like Etron has its own little quirk.
A three bomb site map could work, but not in the just default basic layout it has. More like sort of like a nuke layout.
Yeah, like a
Ah.
verticality sort of thing.
As
Yeah, I get what you mean.
confusing as that would be,
Like
it
you
would
could have,
work.
for example, it could be if you imagine a triangle, but like vertically. So you have your standard like 2 bomb layout on one floor, and then like on a top floor you have a third in the like just halfway, as the crow flies, halfway between the two, but it's on the floor above,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Because then like what you could do is you could tie mid into the top bomb site um with like ladders or whatever or some sort of elevation change, and then you can also make the middle bomb site a rotation route and have the CT spawn underneath the middle bomb site, but the hallways don't go directly to the ground floor bomb sites. They wrap around it so that the obviously the timings are still good, or at least that's kind of how I'd go about it as a map designer.
Timings are a
Having three
very
bomb sites.
difficult thing in Valorant though, because of how the buy phase looks and how you can be on the
Mm.
bomb site as a CT.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, that's
I
strange. But I guess that has to do with like abilities, you know, and preparing.
yeah.
It almost feels like Rainbow Six, you know, in a sense. You know, what the CT is already being on the side, preparing for when the attackers come.
Oh, well, CS kind of does the same thing, just with timings. For example, Mirage, B site, like you get there well before the T's do. That like by the time you're at card, they've only just got to kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're talking about like preparation on a site, you have enough time to have an AWP post up and drop a Molotov in the
Yeah,
halls.
but it isn't that you already get to be on the site
Yeah.
before the rest start moving.
I don't know. I feel like they're just lowering the skill ceiling a bit with that.
I mean, that's probably my biggest issue with Valorant is the, I would say, shortcuts in comparison to CS:GO. Probably my biggest issue is smokes. You know, in CS it takes skill and effort and
Yeah.
Yep.
time to learn smokes. In Valorant, it's just like, okay, I want to smoke here, here, and there,
Well, I
and
mean
that's it.
that's
It doesn't
with
take any skill.
that's with Brim.
Yeah,
But
of
then you
course, but
got
still,
like
also still with Omen, you know, it's just like, okay, here we go.
yeah, but I've used Jet a couple of times, and it's like you actually have to be able to know smoke lineups to do good
Yeah,
smokes and not be like just showing to the enemy.
but still, I feel they're still easier than in CS:GO. And also, you get multiple smokes per person, so it doesn't require you to work together with your team. You can just pretty much solo it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's a thing because a lot of people tend to play very individually in Valorant. Uh, and it's
Yeah.
just it sucks,
Jet
man. You know.
Jet feels like if Foon became a class in a first-person shooter game.
The only reason I picked Jet that first time was because I was either picking like Sage or Sova, and then both of them got picked, so I was like, Jet's Korean, let's just pick Jet. So I've pulled up the MDL page because the season has finished for that. But the finals are still going on, but like the main season's still finished. And there is a couple of surprising results in it. So, first and second is Sprout and AGO.
Okay.
Third and fourth is Hapolenio and Nordwind.
Right.
Fifth to sixth is Movistar Riders and Hellraisers.
Oh, okay.
Seventh to eighth is Gamer Legion and Pro 100.
Okay, that one's expected.
So ninth is Namiga. 10th
Right.
is Pact. 11th is Singularity. 12th is Demolition Crew.
Right.
13th Unicorns of Love.
Okay.
14th Illuminar. 15th
Right.
Vizsla Krakow. And then
Okay.
the 16th to 19th teams are Spirit, Ex Virtus Pro, Harvu, and Big.
Yeah, and you know what? Wait, this was
Wow.
MDL, right, or not?
Yeah, MDL.
Yeah, I'm very certain because I was casting. I think it was season 34, well, if I know correctly. But what I realized back then because you get to know, which teams are playing, blah 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 blah. And there were a lot of teams that just sometimes just forfeited because they had other events. So they were technically more important than MDL. So that's how they kind of end up in the bottom. Of course, I don't know every single detail about last season, but I have a feeling it might be due to those things, them choosing
Yeah.
another event or another game. Because a lot of things get scheduled at the same time, especially now when it's online and it sucks.
Yeah, I think looking at the actual like table,
Mm.
there's two teams that like just dropped out of the league, that being Havu and Big.
Yeah,
Because Big, they actually finished like the main season in 4th.
it's almost like they did a versus throw Astralis sort of thing. Just don't try in that
Yeah.
tournament. Save
But
the strats for something a bit more.
Havu played 5 games. That was it. So
Hmm.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
they dropped
that's
out.
what I mean. Yeah. Yes.
Of
Because I
course,
mean, Havu is better than MDL. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, of course,
So,
you'd have thought maybe HLTV would have posted about it or something. Maybe that's
yeah.
too much to ask.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it does mean the 3 teams in the finals is AGO, Sprout, and Galaxy Racer.
Oh, wait. Okay. That's cool.
And in the first match of AGO versus Sprout, Sprout won 2-0. So they're in the grand
Yeah,
final.
I mean, that's fair.
And then it's AGO versus Galaxy Racer for the final spot.
Yeah.
Winner goes to Pro League Season 12.
Damn. That's, Wait, when is that game again?
Let's see,
I'm
matches.
looking around. The
Friday
match
for
page.
Galaxy Racer versus AGO.
Oh, yeah, I see.
And then the finale is Monday. Wait, I'm saying Friday as if it's not Friday today.
Yes.
At the time of recording it, at least it might have already happened by the time this video goes up.
Yes, it most certainly
Yeah.
will have.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I think AGO should be taking this one.
Yeah.
And in the end, it will be Sprout, I think.
There is one more important match to go over before looking at the upcoming games. And that is Natus Vincia versus Natus Vincia 2010.
That was so cool.
What?
That was so cool. Like seeing the 1.6, it's like
Yeah, that was
damn.
weird. Cause like, I
Not
was going out for a meal and I was a little bit early, so I was sat in the car on my phone watching just the first map on 1.6.
Yeah, it's just so, especially the train game. I was like, this is so cool. I loved it. The only thing that kind of bothered me is they had, in my opinion, a little lower production value of the broadcast itself. Because the idea was so good, but it just felt rushed and very fast put together.
Yeah.
Stunna had like potato webcam and mic. I was like, what is happening? He's glowing like a baby. Like even my home setup is better than that. Like, what is happening? So it just felt like they were kind of rushing it and just doing something. Uh, but of course, I do understand the hype, and it was fun eventually still to watch. So
Yeah. So for those that have no idea what the hell actually happened, they played 6 maps, 3 on 1.6 and then 3 on CSGO.
yeah,
And it was Train Inferno Tuscan, Train Inferno Dust 2.
Tuscan, bring it back.
Tuscan.
Yes.
That game went to OT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's oh man. I think it was Edward that went like an absolute beast. Like, goddamn.
I don't know, there's no match
It's-
report for like a HLTV rating. it was interesting because, like, as I said, I briefly watched the first map in the car. So then I went and had the meal. We were there at the restaurant for maybe like hour to 2 hours, and then I went back to my friend's place for a bit. And so it was like 4 or 5 hours later, and I looked at the stream and I was like, "It's still going on."
Yeah.
I
Which
wonder.
grand final was it where it was 5 maps and like map 3 and 5 both went to third overtime and the entire series was something like 7 hours long or something stupid?
Oh God, I don't even know.
I it was a couple years ago. I don't remember. I just remember talking about it a lot, like how it's like, you know, a football game is 90 minutes. That's fucking nothing compared to
Yeah.
that. Like Jesus.
But I've just remembered something. People forget that the core of Originem, their peak team ranking is 43rd.
That's high.
That's pretty good.
Damn. Wait, when was that?
2016.
Oh god damn.
Dude.
Wait, how are they currently? Origin.
101st.
No, Titan used to exist back then. Remember that?
They're currently 101.
The lowest I can see here is 356.
Must have been a rough day.
I swear
That
though,
was back in 2018.
I swear they've been higher rated than that, than 43rd.
They have?
I swear they have. I think it was when they
Maybe
were
like the
running this
highest
place.
peak rating thing is like how they had to do it for a consecutive, like I don't know,
Hmm.
weeks or whatever.
I mean, since let's say since 2019, this has been their highest point. So they're currently doing a lot better. Of course, we had Dreamhack Rotterdam where they played, but they also who did they have again? They played with they played with Misa. Didn't work out. They took a Nimi. Now it's definitely going better. I've been feeling, they could either maybe have some players play in a male team, or they could just succeed as a female team. It's just I want more females to be in the scene. Also, did you guys see that video that Dignitas made, the male team, about
No.
No.
females? Yes, it was so heartwarming. They make that like the week I think before Showdown. Wasn't necessarily I think about Showdown, but they just were admiring the females in their female squad and just in general and how they hope to see like more mixed teams arise and more female events or stuff like that. And it was very funny. It also talked about Forrest's wife who plays like I don't know Animal Crossing or something like that. it
Was
just
it
know
like
it
a
just
we're all gamers sort of?
I don't know. Yeah, they just talked about females in esports, or more or less in gaming. So they kind of course, started with their team, and someone I can't remember who it was. Someone else from the team had like a girlfriend who also plays competitively, but they apparently cannot play CS together because they're totally on a completely different line. I mean, it was funny, but it was also, I like that they put it out there because some people definitely need to hear it. Um,
Yeah.
and to have such big icons say it and spread that message, that definitely meant a lot to the female scene.
Yeah, there needs to be more of that.
So I swear there's like an AWPA slash IGL, like a female Thai player that's only played in male teams. Like,
Wait.
how is Thailand the most progressive country when it comes to the pro scene
Oh
for
wow.
CS?
Okay. Didn't know that.
Where they've had a female IGL playing in male teams.
Huh.
Cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I can see a meme about that right now. Like, imagine taking strats and calls from a female IGL, and then it's just like the joke's on you. I'm into that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I just posted a link into our Discord chat.
Oh yeah. But who does she play for?
It says she plays for
She
Made in
played
Thailand.
versus Boom,
Yeah.
and it was a 2-1. What the fuck? But oh no, that's the old line.
she's
I see.
29.
She is pretty old.
Yeah, almost as old as Taz and Pasha.
Hmm.
Just sounds like she has experience to me.
Yeah, you're just like you hear old, I hear experience.
I mean, she has been playing consistently with the one team for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But, I mean, ranking's not so good, so.
Jesus, September 2015 to present. I don't think because there was Made in Thailand and then they had like a second team, but I think that second team is the one that's the only Made in Thailand now. Or neither one might exist anymore.
Thailand is awesome.
Yeah, pros from Thailand.
Considering like how volatile that country was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Dictatorship, then martial law, coup, takeover,
Yeah.
and now they're thriving. It's crazy.
I was watching a video of someone trying to collect like as many flags as possible from around the world, like for countries and stuff. And
I've seen that.
he was emailing all like the embassies and stuff, and China didn't respond until after like the first video had been put out. But they were rather annoyed that he was putting up all like the flags like Taiwan and Tibet.
Hmm.
It was a very passive aggressive response by China. But they did
It's
send
like-
him a flag.
Yeah. So it was like, well, I suppose if you're going to recognize Taiwan as a country, we better send you a flag so that we don't get overshadowed, sort of thing.
Yeah. But like some of like the embassies were like, come down and meet an ambassador.
That's so cool. I bet that was like the Dutch and Danish embassy places like that.
Yeah, it was like some of the embassies in Copenhagen and other places in Denmark were like, come down and meet an ambassador. Yeah, like, we'll show you our hospitality.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome. Dude, I need to do that. I'm gonna like email some embassies and just get a free holiday.
but there was like one of the embassies, they prepared like a full like package and everything, like sweets and meat and stuff, and they had like a letter for him and everything.
That's awesome. That's actually really cool.
And that was one of the embassies as well that hadn't responded in the first video. It was in the second video where they reached out to him. So let's move on, shall we? We don't need to talk about flags for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. I could talk about them for 2 hours. I've actually done a lot of research
Flags are
into flag
good,
design.
yeah.
They are very good.
What do we want to start with first? Dreamhack or Clone?
Which one has more flags?
Well, they're both split in between like multiple regions.
Yeah, well, I just said collectively it's probably... I don't know, actually. Because isn't there an Oceania in Asia for Cologne as well? Somewhere?
I think so. Yeah,
for
they do
Cologne-
qualifiers in
yeah.
Asia.
Yeah, for Cologne there is. For Dreamhack,
I know there
no.
is for Dreamhack. For the Dreamhack Open Summer.
Yeah.
Which
They're having EU and NA.
They've got Oceania in Asia as well. I watched the opening of the Oceania tournament today.
Hmm.
Of Renegades versus Rooster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do. Oh yeah, they do. It's actually It started today. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the only reason
Yeah,
I
of
knew
course,
it is because I
Renegades
started
won
preparing for
order.
this.
Damn. Yeah, that's. Wait, do they even have? Oh, the Asia qualifiers are still yet to come. They start
Yeah.
tomorrow. That's it.
Let's have a look who's in the close qualifiers. Invictus, Vici, Beyond, and Tiger.
Yeah. Wait.
But there's 8 teams, so we
There's
still
not
need
more?
the Open qualifier? We still
Wait.
need the Open qualifier.
Yes, but there's no teams announced yet. Or like, of course, it's an open qualifier, but wait, but I am missing teams from, in my opinion. But maybe they just, I don't know.
Are they gonna announce Wait, there's only 4 teams. Wait, but only 2 go... Are they gonna announce the 2 invites after the qualifiers?
Maybe. Yeah, there's like, is there? I think there's 6 spots. I think for invites and then 2 for qualifier.
From what I can see, there's just 4 teams
Yeah,
in the Asia
currently,
tournament.
let's end.
No, like
yeah.
in the actual tournament. So there's 8.
Yeah.
There'll be 8 in
yes.
close qualifiers
I
with
mean,
2 going through.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I meant the close qualifier.
Yeah. Man, imagine like, if like you felt like you qualify and then the team you knocked out like really early on got invited to the tournament.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that will go down.
So
of course,
we briefly mentioned earlier, for Europe it's Big, Heroic, Mad Lions and Endpoint in one group, Complexity, OG, Spirit, Forts in another group.
Yeah.
And then for NA it's Liquid, Triumph, Chaos and Zipug Gods in Group A. And then Group B is Furia, Cloud9, Team 1 and Yeah.
Oh, it's your favorite.
Zipug Gods.
Wait, favorite? Who?
Yeah, Furia.
Furia.
Your favorite.
I mean, Furia Cloud9 is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Chaos
Cloud9
and
still
Triumph
having
too.
South African players.
Yep. That's true.
There's going to be some strange results in the upcoming tournaments this year with everything being online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad for the casters that have to say Zipug Gods every time.
Zipug Gods.
Like, it's spelled Z-E
Yeah.
at the front. Like, it's not even the Pug Gods, it's Zipug
No,
Gods.
it's like German. Zipug. I don't know.
Team 1 have a Guatemalan player.
Oh.
That's spicy.
Wait, no. Wait, who?
Malbsmid.
Team
Malbsmid.
Yeah, Zipug Gods has one from Mexico.
Yeah, but
That's also-
Maki's been
you
around
don't see
for
a
a
lot of
while.
players from Mexico. Yeah, I mean Guatemala is even, but it could be that the players originally from there but moved. Of course, we don't know, but it would only make sense
Yeah.
to play with a
but-
full Brazilian squad. But
Yeah, it's a little bit odd because don't Guatemala speak Spanish?
Wait, whereabouts is it in whereabouts is it?
I don't know. It's
come
South
on,
America.
geography,
Yeah, but like, is it
man.
east or west? Is it nearer east or west coast South America?
Fine, I'll load up Google
it's
Maps.
I believe.
Like,
Google
if
Maps.
it's nearer to the west, it will be Spanish.
Guatemala.
It is.
Zoom out.
Oh
it's
no, technically,
Central
I mean,
America.
yeah, it's like in between Brazil and Mexico. It is. It's like literally at the border with
Right.
Mexico, though. But...
It borders Mexico,
that'll
Honduras, and El Salvador.
It'll probably be Portuguese then.
Huh.
So then it would make sense. But I have actually zero clue. But I think that he would speak Portuguese because he is playing with a full Brazilian squad.
Guatemala. Let's see here. Official languages. Spanish. You were wrong.
Shit. But maybe he could still speak Portuguese.
Yeah, I know the languages are similar. It's,
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a Nordic country that isn't Danish trying to understand a Danish person.
I mean, generally the rule of thumb is like if you draw a line straight down the middle of South America, anything to the right is Portuguese and anything to the left is Spanish. It's the way the countries were divided after um the, I don't even remember which war it was. History. I haven't studied that in so long. But it was to do with the way the colonies were divided.
For some reason, I'm not casually looking at Paraguay. They speak Spanish as well. And they have another language, Guarani.
Okay.
Bit of
Ghanaian is a weird language as well.
Damn, we're going off track here.
What's the point
Excuse
in
the
staying on
tangent.
track? No, they're getting back on track. Yes, we've done Dreamhack. Cologne, North America. There's no groups posted. But we have EG, Furia, Liquid, Genji, 100 Thieves, Cloud9, Chaos, and Triumph. Triumph, they're starting to appear a lot. I hope they don't fully do a Cloud9 and just completely disappear.
You mean like win one major and then just dissolve the entire team and have half of it move to other rosters and the other half go to Overwatch or Valorant or something?
Yeah, because it's like, it's looking at the moment like they're doing a Cloud9 just without the major win. But the drop off that Cloud9 got is going to put Triumph into its obscurity.
Is it proof enough that Valorant is an Overwatch clone since I keep mistakenly calling it Overwatch?
I'll say
Or
yes
is it
for
just
you.
me being retarded?
I don't know. It is. I still haven't like made a full decision on the game. I mean, I've played it. Like, it's the only game I've played for like the past 3-4 days, but like I'm still not fully sure if I want to commit to it.
Yeah. It will never live up to CSGO.
No.
There's no way.
No. Yeah, the same. I will cast it, I will play it. I mean, it's fun to play with friends. But yeah. CS is my baby.
So for the European side of Cologne, technically there was only 2 teams that qualified. The rest of the teams were invited. So we have Big, Vitality, NaVi, G2, FaZe, Fnatic, Complexity, Astralis, NiP, Mousesports, OG, MIBR, Heroic, Mad Lions, Heretics, and Sprout. And the reason Heretics and Sprout are in there is because Heretics won the ESL European Championship and Sprout won the German Spring Championship.
Well, the more you know.
MIBR.
Who?
MIBR.
Who?
Why are they in the European tournament?
I'm
I just
also
knocked the mic.
lost. I'm not. Yeah. Slap that mic.
I mean, Complexity have been doing some European stuff because they've got 3 European players.
Yeah, I mean, that at least makes sense.
Yeah, but MIBR... I'm at a loss as to why they're here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they speak Portuguese.
I don't know. They have a full Brazilian lineup, man. Like, what? How does that even work?
I don't know. But Astralis is outside the top 10.
Yep, they're 11, I think, now.
Yeah.
God damn.
Man, when are NiP gonna get, like, properly back into the top 10? It's killing me. Just have a NiP jersey tucked away in one of my drawers, just waiting to pull it out. So, do we have, like, a plan for Pro League Season 12? Is it going to be similar to Season 11?
Wait, what?
Not a clue.
So do we know what's going to happen for Season 12 of Pro League?
Jeez, no. When it's online, no. It's so hard to predict. Like, so many things can happen. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, but it still seems like majority of teams are inconsistent, and like, unless Big is in it, I actually don't know all the teams, but that's most likely they're going to be doing well. Let me see who's in it.
We have we have our answer, by the way, in terms of NTL. They dropped out of that to do the European qualifiers for Pro League.
Yeah, Big is in it. They did Qualifier, they did Vitality, EG, NaVi, G2 phase.
I just like the fact that so many teams are struggling with consistency playing online. It backs up my defense about me being trash online because of ping.
I was gonna say something. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, it was to do with COVID. That was it. Apparently, there's like 6 different strands of it now.
You mean strains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good luck creating that vaccine.
Yeah. I don't know. I need source. New research
all I
identifies
have
6
is
potential strains of COVID.
Yeah. All I have is chat between my family, with my mum being a nurse and my sister being a veterinarian. So.
Well, that's a study from the King's College London, which is pretty reputable. So.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, my sister was saying as well that there's 2 strains of COVID in cats.
Yeah.
And they can't vaccinate against it because you've got one strain which is sort of mild and it's not too bad, and then you've got the other strain which is basically just death. And if you try and vaccinate for the first one, it will mutate into the second one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So once again, good luck creating a vaccine.
The fact that it's like so resistant against vaccines and modern day medicine, it makes it sound like it's designed.
Yeah, but like at the same time, research has been done into its construction, and it's shown that it's not man-made.
No, yeah.
But like countries have shown it is possible to beat COVID.
Yeah.
The only
Like
reason
New Zealand.
Yeah, the only reason it's not gone yet is because
America.
of the West. Let's be real.
It's America basically.
Oh, yeah, but
It's
Germany
the
has started
Karens.
doing anti-mask protests as well. They're
Yeah.
meant to be smart.
Well, think about it this way, right? Think about how dumb the average person is on the planet. Now realize that 50% of people are even dumber than that.
Yeah.
So that's why. Unfortunately, idiot's gonna idiot.
Some of the stuff going on in America is ridiculous.
Yeah, I just you know what? They want to mix idiots with liberal gun laws. They can go ahead, wipe each other out for all I care at this point. No offense to any Americans listening, but like, God, get your shit together.
I saw someone try to create like a solution for people not wanting to wear masks. Like for those that are like really against them, it's like it was a face mask, but it had printed on it, "This mask is useless." Because that's one of like the main arguments that anti-mask people have.
Right.
So, you know.
Also, did you guys see that interview with Trump? That
I
went
didn't
viral?
know, but I've seen the
No,
memes
but
from
I
it.
can guess he
I
said
s-
something stupid.
He said lots of stupid things. Me is
I've
like,
seen the memes.
seriously, me in high school when I was freaking 12, knew better than he did. It's seriously ridiculous.
I'm gonna have to
Um,
watch that.
it's bad, and he has like figures with him that don't make sense. And he's the interviewers asking him really good questions and actually baffled with his answer the whole time, which is what made it so
I've seen the
funny.
pictures like, of his
Yeah, I mean
face
the
where
pictures
he's
is
just
like,
like, what the?
what are you trying to say here? He said, look at Korea. I think it was Korea, or maybe it's China. I don't remember. But they have like 50 million people or something, and like 300 deaths. I think it was Korea.
Yeah.
That's like such a small portion, and he kept like saying such bullshit. And he said, "You don't know if the numbers are true." It's like, you don't know the numbers. And I was like, "Well, you think they're lying? You think South Korea is lying?" I was like, "Well, I have a very good relationship with South Korea, so I'm not gonna say." I was like, "Dude,"
It's
but
like,
also,
bro,
people
you're
are
the president. You
questioning.
have access to the most advanced spy network on the planet. Why
Yes,
don't you go and check yourself? You know.
I
All
mean,
I'm gonna
it's
say,
so
all
so
I'm gonna
stupid,
say is,
man.
your country can't have COVID if you don't test for it.
Yes, and it's so stupid. Oh,
Is that the
yeah.
UK is looking at revising their death figures for COVID as well, and they're
Because a lot
talking.
of deaths have been recorded as COVID when it's not.
But I mean, theoretically, but at the same time, there's probably more as well at the same time that have died from COVID that haven't been counted.
Yep.
So the figure could be less, it could be similar, or it could be more.
Who knows?
Yeah.
The issue is revising the death count and making it smaller is going to fuel the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even if it was like by a little bit, even if it was like a 1% drop.
Have you seen the stat, by the way, about the infection rate and wearing face masks in America?
Oh, what? Like something like it's a 98% chance of it not um being contracted if both people are wearing masks or something.
No, it was if 80% of Americans
Right.
wear face masks properly and all the time and everything, like they should be
Mm-hmm.
doing, the infection rate for COVID would drop by 92%.
Jesus Christ. What is exponentials for you?
America's a weird country.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
And this has been a weird ending to the podcast.
I mean, it is very like, how do you say? Like, it is recent news.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty much the fate of the world just rests on whether America decides to actually take the virus seriously or if they continue being dumb. That's pretty
Yeah.
much what's
I
happening
mean,
right
we
now.
know it's going to be the latter, but we
Oh
can dream.
yeah. Yeah, I have a dream that one day Americans will wake up to the reality of how dangerous this virus really is, and they'll put on their masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we have exceeded 2 hours again, and it's not going to be long now
Woo.
till V does her casting. So I think this
Yeah,
will be a
no.
good place to end it.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to have you on, V.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pleasure to have a nice chat. And it was also nice, because there's been so many things going on, so a little bit of a recap for me as well. So that's
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's funny.
Nice.
I messaged V about coming on at like the same time I messaged you, Cake, so it was like
It was
3 a.m.
literally
or something.
4
minute.
a.m. Like, and I woke up during the middle of the night because of the heat, and I saw it, and I was
Dude,
like,
it's like
I might as well
37
reply.
degrees here now.
I have AC on, thank God, so I am surviving.
Yeah.
But man,
It's 35.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about trying to like position my fans so the mics don't pick it up, but it keeps the room cool.
I know that struggle. I know that struggle, man. That's rough. All right. So, do you want me to do the outro here this time, or?
Uh, yeah, sure. And mention Spotify being a thing now as well.
Right, yes, of course. So, heard it from Luke, guys. This podcast is now also available on Spotify, so you can listen on the go, download them and listen in offline mode if you have premium, obviously. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The links to everybody's relative social medias will be in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.